Hey everybody, David Ellefson from Megadeth here. This is Lesson Alley.
What's up, everybody? This is Lesson Allen. Welcome to this episode. Special guest David Ellefson of Megadeth. Evening, sir.
How are you?
All right, glad to see you.
Thank you.
You're here doing a bass clinic for Harkey.
Yep.
So let's talk gear, if we could.
Okay.
Could you run down what you're using and maybe give us a little history why you're doing it?
Starts here with my pick. My Jim Dunlop pick. My rig's really simple. I play the Jackson basses, SIT nickel power wound strings on it. I have EMG pickups, which are a big part of the tone. My custom shop basses have the badass bridges, hip shot tuners. But from there, I just go straight into my Harkey rig. I use a Shure wireless system live, and LH1000 head, which is a 1,000-watt head, and then I go into two of the Harkey high drive 810 cabinets. And that may sound like a lot, but the volume's on 2, so it's not that loud. In fact, it's funny, when you walk on the Megadeth stage, the loudest thing up there on these big festivals and stadiums and arenas, the loudest thing is probably the drums. You could talk a little louder than we are, and you could actually hear each other on stage. It's actually not that loud up there.
So are you guys using in-ears?
Mm-hmm. We're using in-ears.
Okay.
And I say that because, you know, a lot of bands, we all start out and we buy our amp and we're always playing too loud, you know.
Louder, louder, louder.
Louder, louder, louder. And of course, you know, sound man, and if you're playing in the clubs and in the bars and things, you know, people are always yelling at you to turn down. And one of the things we've learned over the years is that when you keep your back line quieter, you know, that's why you put a microphone on it. That's why there's, you know, 500,000 watts of a PA system out there. It's like, let the PA do the work, man. You know, and that way it sounds great to the audience, and that's why we're there. It's for them, and they can enjoy a great show and have a very nice high fidelity sound, and we don't blow our ears out, and we get to have a nice, very controlled sound, so we can really hear what each other is doing up there.
What's the difference between your live rig and your recording setup? Because I know you guys just got done in the studio.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same thing. I mean, I just keep it real simple. And you know, for me, the tone is in your hands, you know. And for you know, you play and sound how you sound, I sound how I sound, and we could switch each other's instruments, and we'd still sound like each other. You know what I mean? And or like ourselves rather. And that's the beauty of it is, you know, gear's important, and you have to have the right gear for your craft and for your sound and for your band. But ultimately, I think, you know, we should really spend our time as musicians developing our technique and our playing style. And probably more importantly, how we play with other people is more important than how we sound just jamming in our basement or in our bedroom practicing by ourselves.
Well, for some of the younger players, that's the thing I get when I do clinics. Can you give them an idea of what you need and what you mean when you say playing with other people, how to listen?
Man, I encourage playing with other people. You know, I talk about that in my clinics, and people play for all kinds of different reasons. Some people just want to sit at home and play and just enjoy that thing. They don't want to be a performer. They just want to do it for their own personal satisfaction, and that's fine. But if you do want to perform or you do want to go out and play songs, you know, getting out with other people and playing as much as possible is everything, because you learn how to be a team. And as the saying goes, there's no I in team. So you learn how to have to work with people and adjust your tone and your sound and everything accordingly. So I recommend playing with as many different people as possible.
Learn how to compromise, sacrifice, you know, pick your battles.
Yep.
You know, it's an ugly thing that people don't get by themselves. And when you get in a room with 4 people, 5 people, 6 people who have their own mind, their own personality, you know, it can. I mean, you've seen it destroy some bands and.
More than one.
Okay. Last question, really.
Okay.
In the studio, you don't have a lot of time some days. Sometimes you have infinite amount of time. How do you really deal with the fact that today was supposed to be a great day, things got shortened, the schedule changed, it's not?
Well, I think first and foremost, you know, having all your gear working good. The gear at the studio should work good, and that's the studio's responsibility. And my own personal gear needs to sound good. You know, intonation should be good. My string should be changed. My amp should be working. On my side of it, my gear needs to work good. So that's not an issue. So when you come in and you plug in and rig it ready to play, you can really focus on the music. Whenever possible, I try to get either MP3s or things that I can practice to and work on a little bit, maybe before I go into the studio. Maybe I'll even write out some little charts so I have some kind of a roadmap of the tune. That at least helps save a lot of time of learning the song on the spot in the music or in the studio, because in the studio time is money.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. If you would tell people. I know your website, tell them where to find you on the internet.
Sure, I mean, for me, davidellefson.com is my main website. I'm on MySpace and Facebook and everything as well, and Twitter, Ellefson David, if you want to follow me and what I'm doing there. Then, of course, course, Megadeth.com is where you can find out everything about Megadeth activities.
Support live music. Thank you for your time, brother.
Rock and roll.
See you. You're awesome. Thank you.